Hi guys and welcome to the State of Crypto, your one-stop source for all crypto-related news. I am your host Martin and this is episode 64, man. Damn, that's like 64 days in a row being here. Anyways, 30 million XRP sent to former CEO, PayPal withdraws from Facebook Libra, and Binance introduces XRP to Binance Dex and Binance Chain. Now, happy Friday night again, guys. If you're tuning in, I thank you for tuning in. I know it's the weekend. You probably all want to be out partying, drinking, having fun, drinking coffee, whatever, And I really thank you all for tuning in. Now, if you are catching this stream live, welcome. And if you are catching the replay and have any suggestions for us, please make sure you leave us a comment below. Now, if you want to keep up to date with the latest crypto-related news, make sure you subscribe. You hit that like button and that bell so you're notified when we go live. If you follow the show, we are live every night at 9 p.m., right? Central. So again, -5 UTC. So if you want to join us, you can. Now, if you want to keep on chatting with us once the stream is done, you can join us on the Discord. The link is in the description. Hey, David, how's it going, man? Happy Friday, bro. Thank you for being here. Let's jump on to the news. Now, PayPal announced it is withdrawn from Facebook Libra Association. PayPal said in a statement, this is a quote from PayPal, PayPal has made the decision to forego further participation in the Libra Association at this time to continue to focus on advancing our existing mission and business priorities as we strive to democratize access to financial services for underserved populations. Now, David Marcus, who leads the project at Facebook, was previously the president of PayPal. PayPal said it's still supportive of Libra aspirations and that it will continue to partner with Facebook in the future. Now, Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell said this summer that Libra raises serious concerns regarding privacy, money laundering, consumer protection, financial stability, and the Fed had launched a working group to examine it. Now, on Wednesday, the Wall Street Journal reported that Visa, MasterCard, and other financial partners that signed are basically reconsidering involvement following a backlash from government officials. Now, is that good? Is that bad? I mean, look, it's up to you, right? If you want Libra to launch, then it's bad news. If you don't want Libra to launch, then it's good news. Look, I'm not going to go on a witch hunt here, but I do believe it can have its purpose, right? It has a role to play. It's certainly bringing more awareness, right? Facebook has like 2 billion users, something like that. So again, 2 billion people that are gonna hear about crypto like that, right? Like from day to night. So again, might not be the best project, but it certainly brings a lot of awareness to the crypto space. Now, like I was also on that boat, right? Saying like, man, I'm not gonna get into Libra, but man, if it launches and then the price starts going nuts because so many people are getting exposed to it, the price could potentially go up really high, right? And I might not like Facebook. I might not like Libra. I am on Facebook. It is one of the main social media, so of course we have to be there. But, I don't have a problem with money. So, I mean, just because I don't like Facebook does not mean I cannot be with Libra as well, right? So, I mean, I might not choose it on a day-to-day transaction, but if I can see that I can make a buck on it, I will try to make a buck on it, right? Again, that is just some like quick thinking on this issue, right? Now, I do have another article that I kicked an article to the end after the Binance section because it is a little bit weird. We might have a lot more people in, and it is like it is like a sensitive article, right? It's like that stuff that is like really weird that you touch on social media, right? Comments and stuff like that. But anyways, we'll get to the article at the end. Let's move on to what's going on with the market, right? Yesterday lost dominance 0.44%. Right now losing dominance as well, 0.38%. And that is fine, right? We are not doing much now. This is normal, right? Nothing weird going on. Basically yesterday closing at 210.80 billion. Right now sitting at 209.81 billion. Now, what is going on with Bitcoin dominance, right? Bitcoin dominance sitting at around 69.52, basically not doing anything or just being plus 0.01% from the prior day. The prior day Bitcoin dominance was sitting at minus 0.62. That's where it closed. Basically, from an opening of 69.93, closing at 69.52. Stuff that I'm seeing here. Look, if someone told me what's going on with this, right? Is alt season gonna kick in? I don't analyze dominance because it's very subjective, right? For a lot of people, you can drop in dominance does not necessarily mean that your price is gonna pump, and we've seen that play out, right? Dominance for Bitcoin drops, dominance for Ethereum rises, but still the price does not kick up. It just means that you're more dominant in the market. Doesn't matter, right? If you're still trading downwards and just more money flows out of Bitcoin quickly, it's not going to make the money on Ethereum be worth any more than it is already. So again, dominance is just how much of market cap you have. So yeah, having higher dominance makes you less susceptible to changes by Bitcoin. But again, I'd much rather, not analyze it. But when someone asked me, look, I said, man, if we were going to analyze this like we would any other coin, right? You are making the same low that you are here. Maybe it's a little bit higher. I'm not sure. I'll check that real quick. Let me move this. I think we're doing the same low. So this low, the closing is 69.45, and right here it's 69.52. More or less straight line. And if it is not a straight line, it's a slightly upsloping, right? And then down here it is slightly upsloping as well. But again, stuff that could happen, right? We can make a little bit more, and then we might, make something either straight or a little bit more in dominance, right? And then we're making bullish divergence, which means in regular market it would mean price action to the upside, right? So you would expect dominance to again kick to the upside. Again, not the strongest looking stuff for if we're going to analyze it as a coin, right? But again, it depends on a lot of factors, right? And you will also be doing it on the RSI, right? And that's just if you want to look at this like a coin. Again, I don't analyze for dominance, but someone tweeted me that, and I do want to talk about it on the stream. I believe this is very subjective. One second. Again, I'm still a little bit sick, so yeah, that kind of sucks. Anyways, let's get on to the next article. With Bitcoin, right, a new technical analysis indicator has been launched that is named after Peter Brandt, an iconic trader who accurately predicted Bitcoin's bottom over a year before it actually happened. Now, due to his familiarity with parabolic assets retracing and an overly powerful rally. Now, Peter Brandt, we talked about it a couple days ago, right? I said, look, watch this interview between, I think it was by Cointelegraph, right? And it was an interview with Peter Brandt and Eric Crown from Crypto Crown Cave. And they're both talking about Bitcoin, where it was going to go, etc. Brandt was saying that he had his money right now on dollars, and Eric also said that he has his money on dollars, right? So again, interesting thing that two heavy investors, right, like two people that have a lot of knowledge, right, one very old timer, over 40 years of experience, the other one much younger but still with good experience, are both getting out of Bitcoin right now. The indicator in question gave the signal to sell just before last week's massive Bitcoin price crash, and it just gave a buy signal on the daily. However, I did check that indicator, and that buy signal is no longer there. I will show it when we do the Bitcoin segment. Again, I'm not sure how to use this indicator. I've never used it, so I will show it to you guys. But if you're gonna use it, just be careful with it. Do some maybe paper trades first before you actually try to implement it onto your trading strategies, if it is something that you are actually interested in using, right? Anyways, like I said, it gave a buy signal on the daily, suggesting powerful reversal may be near. When I looked at it, that signal is no longer there, and I'll show it to you in the article, right? It says, Peter Brandt is an iconic professional trader of a variety of markets with over 40 years of experience. Peter is one of the main seats on Bitcoin Live. Now, the new indicator created by crypto analyst Socrates, it's like spelled like saw, like seesaw, Cruhteez, and Casey Bowman. It's a play on the name of parabolic stop and reverse method indicator, and it's based on Peter Brandt's 3-day trading stop rule, right? Anyways, is this, right? The new Peterbolic SAR has been published, and it's available for the public for free, right? Wouldn't you know that this just flashed a Bitcoin buy signal a few hours ago on the daily? Let's watch and see how it plays out, right? Full description can be found here on TradingView. Now, the yellow stuff is like a prep, right? Like be ready, and then green is like take action, right? And then same thing would happen on top. It's like yellow would be like get ready, and then red is actually like take action, right? We'll see that when we look at this on the other on TradingView, right? But look at this. It's very small for you guys to see, but right here you can see that there's two arrows, right? A yellow one and a green one. When we go and look at it right now, right? I'm gonna refresh the page so you guys know it's legit. Look, it's a parabolic SAR looking at Bitcoin, and look at this. We have those arrows on the top that we talked about, right? This signal is the one that gave out the sell signal, right? The yellow, get ready, and then like fire, right? Get rid of your Bitcoin, right? Then the market went down. Now, that signal here that was for the buy is no longer there. So, could maybe something be happening that it's disabling it? Maybe that bullish sentiment that we're gonna get, it's no longer there. I'm not sure, man. Like I said, I don't use this indicator, right? But it does it here, right? The yellow triangle indicates setup candles, and the green and red triangles represent trigger candles, right? To buy and sell. So like it's like get ready and then like actually do buy or do sell, right? So again, if the bear trend then the setup occurs any day a market closes above a high of the low day, and the trigger then takes place when the high of the setup day is penetrated. Again, you can read on this. It is on the articles. All articles are in the description. If you guys are interested in this trading setup, yeah, like I said, I'm not sure how good it works or not. I have not used it. So again, let's look at Bitcoin and see what is going on. That's the only article I had. Price of Bitcoin 8,130.15, right? Look, man, wouldn't you know? Yesterday, red day. Today, a red day. 0.33% down. Look, when we zoom in, like basically another slow day of trading. Yeah, but when we zoom in, what I said was going to happen yesterday played out. So, yeah. Anyways, still making less negative momentum. Sitting oversold on the RSI at 28. Not much developing on the daily. We're not even contracting on the Bollinger Bands, right? They're still expanded and sitting below that 20 MA. So again, not much we can do on the daily. On the 4 hours, right? What is happening on the 4 hours? Well, we are making a new bar of negative momentum, right? We're going to look at the Heikin Ashi candles to see what's going on. It seems like we kind of reversed that trend a little bit, but now we're potentially going to, again, go down. A little bit of indecision going on in the market right now, making it a little bit tougher to read than usual. Sitting at 43.66 right now, and again, below that 8,400, looking very weak. We created bullish divergence. We tried to run to the upside, and it was a very weak run. Anyways, let's do the 1 hour so you guys can see what I'm talking about, right? Yesterday when we were on the stream, right, on live, we were sitting at this candle. This was 9 p.m., right? This was 10 p.m. And I said, look, man, we went down. We can't touch it. We wicked. Maybe we have already bottomed, right? I called it out. I said, maybe we already bottomed. We could potentially see a reversal. And then I said, however, I would have expected for us to at least come and close something around this line, making a more discernible lower low, right? And then pump to the upside. And I said, look, since this could potentially start pumping to the upside, but however, I did expect that, right? We talked about it. This is technically lower than this. Is just slightly lower, right? So again, when we zoom in, right here, we're doing that divergence. But guess what, man? We actually did drop a lower candle, just like I was expecting. But we were already out of the air when this candle developed. It was around 11 p.m. for me, Central Time. So again, different time frame for you. Maybe if you're in the East Coast, it might have been midnight. But still, look. That bullish divergence developing, pump to the upside, boom, next candle, right? Drop a little bit, reversal, and try to pump, but it's very weak, man. We're not even making a higher high than the previous high. So again, right now, what's going on, right? You're making a lower high. You're making more positive momentum on that lower high. That being hidden bullish divergence, which means price continuation. And guess what you're getting, man? Downtrend, because you're continuing on that downtrend that you're in, right? Anyways, right now it seems that we might stagnate around here. We are finding some sort of support, right? With these previous candles. Again, if we drop from here, definitely if we drop from here, look at the momentum that we're doing on the negative, right? We're much higher. If we come somewhere down here to create a lower low, we are probably going to make more negative momentum again, and we will have to wait for something else to develop. Right now, this is not looking very strong. That's probably why that candle that I was talking about, that bearish divergence also developing on the RSI, and we don't have that bullish divergence. Oh no, we do have that bullish divergence. What am I talking about? Here we go. On the bottom part of the RSI, right? So this upper part just tells me price continuation. So again, the trend is down sloping right now. I would expect for us to keep on down sloping a little bit. I wish I had better news. We're breaking below that 20 MA. We didn't even use it as support, right? Like here, we used it as support once, twice, 3 times. Then we had a candle of indecision looking like a spinning top. And then next candle being bearish brought us down to downside again. If we look at the Heikin and She candles, we are on a downtrend, right? Confirming it, right? So like 4 candles going down. Again, I'm going to go on the daily real quick and show you guys that Brent parabolic stuff. So I have to get rid of this because I have the free version of this. So again, Peterbolic, right? That's the name, Peterbolic SAR. It's here. You know, basically here you had that green candle. Here you got the sell signal. This was a setup, right, to potential upside. You did not get that confirmation, right? You didn't get that green like you did here, right? Yellow, then green, fire, right? Then you would have written it a little bit to the upside. Anyways, as you can see, what I was talking about on this article, when they posted this tweet, you had this bottom, right? You have these candles here, right? This would have been, it's hard to see on this image, but, you know, you have this kind of like W pattern, and then you have 1, 2, 3 bars, right? And that's what we're going to try to look at here. Am I looking at the daily? Yeah. That's because I'm in the Heikin and She candles. That's why it was looking weird. You have this W, right? 1, 2, 3, right? You don't have that signal, right? You don't have that yellow and that green. I'm just learning a different way to see movements for me. I think the idea is keep it simple. Yeah, it's keep it simple, man. Again, this I haven't used. I just read it today. It's an article that came out today. I have not tried it. I have not tested it. Guys, if you're going to try something with this strategy, do it on paper first, right? Like, do a paper trade. See how it behaves with something else. And then, if it works for you, then put it into play, you know? But make sure you do have some successful paper trades. And that they are real paper trades, right? Like, take a position when this says sell, right? Here was a sell signal. Even though here said prep for reversal, you know, it's kind of awkward getting it the next day, but then you see that reverse played out. You know, here it would have said buy, right? You have that green candle. Yeah, is it green looking, man? I'm colorblind, by the way, so again, sometimes it looks very weird with this. Yeah, it is a green candle, right? But look at this, man. Right after you would have taken that buy position, you probably would have had to prepare for that sell, right? So again, I'm not sure how good this is. Like I say, I keep it simple. I like what I do, right? I just want to show you guys this in case it is something that is, like, you know, attractive to you and you believe you want to do. But again, maybe it's not my style. I'm not sure how much I'm gonna use this. So I would much rather stick with my Bollinger Bands. And the other thing that I hate about changing the Bollinger Bands is every time I do a move, I have to like reset some of the stuff, right? Because then it resets it to 0. Because I don't have the free version, I don't get to keep the changes, right? What is the name of it? Peterbolic. Peterbolic SAR, right? And it is on the article section, right? It is the article that's titled New Bitcoin Trading Indicator, name after iconic trader signal buy, right? Anyways, you can find it in the description. It's there. You can find it also. It'll show you this link, right, on the tweet, and it'll take you to this, right, the Peterbolic SAR. But like I said, they had that signal, and it's no longer there. So again, you know, for some reason here it's also showing the Heikin and She candles. You know, maybe because I was playing with that setting on over here a couple minutes ago. So, anyways, what am I seeing here, dude? Nothing. I right now, nothing that I can call out. Right. what I would expect for this to happen on the daily, and it's sort of like an idea that we toyed around with the other day, right? You're probably gonna have to come here. You're gonna have to break below the channel, close below it potentially, right? 1 or 2 candles, go a little bit deeper, right? And then generate some bullish divergence, right? That will potentially prop you up to the upside. That's what I would expect to see, right? That would be what the market should do for us to develop something that's bullish and pump to the upside. And then that same thing would probably, I'm not sure how strong it's going to translate here because we are still low on the RSI, but it's going to probably translate to somewhere around here, doing something similar, right? Maybe a little bit less steep than we would get it over here, right? John Juan Smith, I have everything organized. What do you mean I have everything organized? I don't get it. Please do elaborate a little bit more. But thank you for being here, John Smith. Again, this is what I would believe it would happen, right? So, how strong is that going to be? I'm not sure, man. Someone can come in and buy a lot. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I don't pre-do anything before the stream. Sometimes I look at stuff throughout the day, mainly Bitcoin, unless I'm expecting something else to do something different, right? But if I don't, usually, like for Binance, I haven't seen anything today, or Litecoin, or Ethereum. So it's going to be a first time when I start doing the analysis. So I don't prepare before this because I'm not expecting them to do anything different than what everyone else is doing, right? I didn't get any news that were coming out that were saying like, man, this is going to pump. But right now, like I said, dude, yesterday we talked about this, right? I called this out, man. You can go rewind, look whenever you want, time frame. I called this out yesterday, 2 days ago. I said, move to the upside. We got it. Then we dropped again, right? I said, look, this is looking weak, man. We're probably not going to go higher. We're probably going to drop. I was calling that divergence here because I wasn't sure if we were going to already reverse this or not. But I said I would have expected to see a candle close at that line or below, being a little bit deeper, making that divergence a little bit more noticeable. We got it. It pumped to the upside, but it's very, very weak pump, man. Right now, again, creating that hidden bearish divergence. Right, that's going to see us on price continuation. Price continuation, the trend is down sloping, so we're getting that price to the downside. We're starting to see some resistance around this area, right? And we're talking about it. So again, we do have some sort of support, right? We've used it here. We used it here again as resistance. So that's what we're facing right now with this green candle. So again, potentially might not be too strong to go above that 20 MA, and we potentially could break down again and get us to where I was talking about on the daily, right? Like on this daily, we need to make some sort of bullish divergence for this to play out. Otherwise, this is looking very weak, right? It's looking just like a side moving channel. And getting stuck inside movements, man, can play for a long time, right? I'll adjust this to include this candle because it's slightly down sloping. But if you want to do this the right way, you would actually go like this, and you would be within this channel, right? Still a down sloping channel within this channel, staying out of that middle part. Again, I'm gonna get rid of that because it gets it too cluttered, and I don't like to have this too cluttered. It's already too cluttered for me, right? With the equidistant channel marking that uptrend, you know. A lot of people have shifted their uptrend. We are still within an uptrend. Bitcoin 7,200 soon, potentially, man. We talked about that, right? A lot of people have shifted their uptrend. I haven't. We are still in an uptrend. I don't need to shift it for you guys to see it, right? From here to here, even where we're at, if I shift this line to here, we're still within an uptrend. So again, what's the point of shifting it? You know, just saying, oh man, we're still within an uptrend. For me, it's just like, you know, whatever. I'll leave it as it is. I know we're within an uptrend. It'll just make it much more cluttered around this area. And I really want to have a lot more visibility as to what is going on. Like I said, we are weak. We are still floating within this channel, the 8,437 to that 7,531. We can potentially keep on bouncing around here. And even if we don't break below this 50% line of that not equidistant channel, but from this down sloping channel, right, the mid line of the channel, if we don't break below it, at some point in time, even if we just bounce around it, we're going to make a lower low, create that divergence, and potentially pump to the upside. Anyways, on the other stuff of Bitcoin that we look at, right, we are still within the down sloping channel, kissing that 50% line, this being 0, 25, 50, 75, 100%. You know, we're there. In this chart, I had my moves to the upside, right? That way, this doesn't look too cluttered, right? Here I have the moves to the downside, then I have the moves to the upside. It just makes it much easier to see. And what are we doing, man? We are rejecting that 236. We kind of touched it, right? That's the beginning of the retrace area. We are bouncing, right, of this support that we traced. I can't remember when we traced it, but it's the second time we touched it yesterday. Have not gone lower. It's 8,028. Again, if we touch it again, we might be a little bit weaker and actually, like, you know, punch through it. So, you know, just watch out with that. Keep it in mind as you set up your trades. Yeah, anyways, let's move on to Ethereum. Oh, yeah, there's no articles for Ethereum today. So let's move on to chart for Ethereum. Yesterday, Ethereum making dominance, right? Positive. Look, like I was talking about, right? I don't do analysis for dominance because this is happening today, right? Bitcoin dropped in dominance, right? Yesterday and today, going down. Ethereum is going up in dominance yesterday and today, and the price of Ethereum is still going down. So again, just because you're dominating more does not mean that you're gonna pump to the upside again. You know, you're gonna get wrecked if. Dude, what was your entry point? Again, like I was saying, man. Ethereum on the day, or yesterday, sorry. Ethereum making a positive day yesterday, getting 0.97%. Right now, going up 0.04%. Sitting at 9.02% off market dominance. You know, we have been very flat with this since we broke above that 9%. We have not run up. I would expect Ethereum to regain more dominance at some point in time. However, it is not an indicator of price action to the upside, right? Yesterday we got a green day. Today we're getting a green day. But look, we're just like Bitcoin, man. It's green day, but we're still sitting right at that line, right? So again, sitting below 20 MA, volatility open. Sitting at the midline of the channel, still making less negative momentum, and sitting neutral on the RSI at 44. You're selling our Bitcoin numbers, brings everything down. Yeah, I do agree with you. The alts are very susceptible to whatever Bitcoin does, right? On the 4 hours, we're getting contraction of the Bollinger Bands. We are struggling with that 20 MA. We just broke below it on the past candle. We kind of gap down. I don't like it when we gap down on charts. It's unusual to see in crypto. Anyways, right now we're gapping down. We're trying to break above that 20 MA. We're struggling with it. However, volatility leaving the market, right? Bollinger Bands starting to contract, and we know that when that happens, we get explosive movements. We don't know if it's going to be to the upside or the downside, but stuff that is developing, right? We're calling something here yesterday on the 1 hour. I'll have to look at it again once we get to the 1 hour chart. I'm trying to look if we're doing something here, and it does not look like we're doing anything here on that top part, right? High, lower high, going lower on momentum, positive momentum, so nothing developing. And on the lows, we're making a higher low right now. So again, nothing there. Also, nothing on the on the RSI, right? Where are we sitting on the 4 hour RSI? 49.96, almost 100% neutral, right? 50 being 100% neutral, we're almost there. Let's go into the 1 hour. What is going on the 1 hour? Well, in the 1 hour, we're also, like I said, below the 20 MA, struggling to break above it. We have a little bit more volatility on the Bollinger Band, so we could expect certainly a move to the upside or downside. We're not getting that tightness, right, that constricts the movement of the market. So again, we can flow right nicely. Starting to make negative momentum and sitting at 50.32 on the RSI. Again, very neutral for Ethereum. It could go either way right now. Why am I saying it could go either way? Well, there's one thing that's telling me price like this, right? Which, you know, this that I just did ignores this small island. I'm not sure whether or not that could be good or bad. In principle, I'm ignoring it because it was a lot of indecision going on here. And, you know, this would create hidden bearish divergence, which means price continuation, right? And it would make sense that we got that price action to the downside. That's probably why we turned here and shifted down, right? Not because we were high on the RSI. We're hitting bought, but not overbought, right? We could have run a little bit more. But on the bottom part, right? Things that I'm seeing really quick. I'm not sure if we called this one out yesterday or not. Potentially not, because it's developed afterwards, right? Just like Bitcoin at 11. We probably talked about it. I just didn't leave it up because I do tend to erase stuff as well. But look at this. We made bullish divergence, price action to the upside, right? Even on the RSI. I think we talked about it on other coins as well. Then I just probably released it because I said, look, we have to come down, maybe get here. I'm not sure if we're going to get it or not, whatever. We did get that bullish divergence, right? Develop, pump to the upside. It pumped nicely. However, right now it's starting to go down. And you know what's going to happen if we go down. Right now, if we go from here to here, you're creating hidden bullish divergence right now, which means price continuation. Again, from this small uptrend, we might see a small upshift, right? Go a little bit up. I'm not sure yet whether or not this is going to develop more to the upside or the downside. I'm noticing, like I said, Ethereum, it's a little bit weird right now. It's not a very, very clear picture, right? And like I said, I'm ignoring this island, right? If we go to this island, which would be valid. Oh, man, I didn't want to move that one. If we go to this island, right, it would be valid, and then you would not be making any hidden bearish divergence, and then your price continuation onto the downside kind of stops, right? And then you can say that you're making that bullish divergence, hidden bullish divergence to pump you to the upside. Again, that could be it, right? Anyways, I'm going to get rid of this and this. I want for this to develop a little bit better so we can really see what's going on. What could we do with this, right? Well, if you wanted something midterm, you would go to here, right, with those wicks, and then to the bottom part, and see that we are within a steeper downtrend, right? And that could make sense. But even more shorter term, again, you go here to here and here maybe, and you'll say, man, yeah, but this is high. This, we kind of shifted, right? This is lower, right? High, higher high, lower high, right? This is not still confirmed, but certainly if you confirm this, you could say, yeah, we're within a smaller uptrend, within that more major downtrend. I'm going to get rid of this. This already played out. We broke the downside from that bearish divergence that we developed. We expected that. We talked about it. It's already here, so I'm going to remove this stuff, right? Keep this a little bit cleaner. Sorry. There we go. Getting rid of all this other stuff that already played out for us. We don't need to be reminded of it. We already called it out. It's on the previous streams. It's on the internet. Whatever. Yeah. Anyways, like I said, from here to here, it just looks like a little bit like sideways, right? A little bit down sloping, but more or less sideways. We're still within this more major down sloping channel that I would expect for something else to happen, right? Anyways, maybe tomorrow I'll get rid of all this stuff, right? Keep this chart a little bit cleaner. That's it for Ethereum. Let's go on to Ripple. I do have news for Ripple. They're pretty good. Now, for all those conspiracy theorists, right? According to the transaction details showed by RippleNet Explorer, some unknown hodler sent 30 million tokens to, basically $7.37 million just a few days after the traditional release of the 1 billion XRP from the escrow. Now, even though such release was to be expected, a previous transfer of almost 90 million XRP to a wallet destined to an over-the-counter markets raised some flags among analysts and traders. We talked about that in an article, right? I'm not going to cover that again. Anyways, who received those 30 millions, right? These first 30 millions that we talk about. Well, it seems to indicate that it was Chris Larsen, right? And he is a former CEO and current executive chairman of Ripple. It lives a little bit. I wish they had more information, right, or confirmed that. It's just speculation right now. But still, certainly makes you wonder, right? Now, I do have this tweet that I do want to talk about. I believe this is much more interesting. Developing on Ripple, right? It says, just finished the interview with Big Garlinghouse, with Brad. He did everything he agreed to. Recorded for approximately 90 minutes. Answered hard questions. Share vision for Ripple. Responded for the response to detractors. Podcast will drop Tuesday for paying subscribers and Wednesday for everyone. I'll wait until Wednesday. I'm not going to subscribe just to see what Brad Garlinghouse said. It is for the off-the-chain, right? And then he actually said that Brad asked me at the end if I thought differently about Ripple XRP post-conversation. You'll have to listen to the interview to find out what I said. Definitely, I want to know what he said. Anyways, let's go look at Ripple. What's going on with Ripple, right? On the daily. Man, what? This kind of froze. There we go. It's back. on the daily yesterday, nice movement to the upside, right? Gaining 2.98% off market cap. Right now, losing a little bit, 0.49, sitting at 5.15% of market cap. Now, what is the price of Ripple at? It's at like 0.25 cents. So, like 25.122 cents, right? That would be it. Where are we sitting at? Well, support, because we're moving to the downside. We're facing that support again. We have been very weak, right? A lot of indecision. Break below, break above, break below, break above. Right now, apparently, it seems that we're going to break below. And then the next candle, might see us break above. Now, stuff that I can see is that every time we do this, we get closer to the bottom part of the channel. We can potentially break it. Right now, we're starting to make less negative momentum than we were before. And we're sitting neutral on the RSI at 46.20, guys. That is pretty cool. Why is it pretty cool? Because momentum's starting to stagnate, right? We might get some positive momentum. I hope it's not very weak. But again, if Bitcoin tanks, it's going to bring everyone down with it. Let's go into the 4 hours. Man, nice recovery. But you know what? This doesn't have bullish divergence, right? This is just market reaction. From here to here, you are making a lower low. So again, you're going with the market. This is low. This is definitely lower. And you're making more negative momentum. So again, you're going with the market, even on the RSI. Now you pump to the upside. Why? Well, you can say that you hit this support, right, and rejected it and bounced to the upside. But I do believe it's more because Bitcoin did it as well, right? So are we doing something on the top part? Well, this is higher than this, and we're making positive momentum. So no, we're not. That's it. Ripple is just, flowing with the market. It's not even developing anything for itself. Now, are we going to go into a downtrend on Ripple? It depends, man. Heck, a sheet candles potentially are stating that we are reversing that trend, right? We're getting a red bar. And I was expecting to see a red bar there because it actually, in the regular chart, just looks like we're curving down a little bit. So it would have surprised me if this was green. But, like this is starting to certainly look like we're just curving down, right, in the 4 hours. Anyways, what is going on with Ripple in the 1 hour? Let's look if we develop something that pumped us to the upside, except just regular market movement, right? So again, what is going on? High, higher high, higher high, more positive momentum. Higher high than this high, so positive momentum still. Now, it's very micro, right? From here to here, you're going higher. And from here to here, you're going lower, right? Slightly, you can see it, right? These lines not going to look very well there, but I'll just raise it up so you can see how it's traced, right? XRP is ready to go up. Yeah, potentially, man. I do hope XRP kicks to the upside. They do have swell coming out. So again, lots of expectations going to start building around that. And, when that expectation arrives, you're going to have a lot of people that are going to think it's going to pump on the news. And you're going to start selling right as the news come along. So again, Ripple could be a potential good buy, right? But sell pretty swell because every time, we caught an article that said that, right? Every time swell comes, Ripple actually drops. So potentially not the best, right? Look, man, here we have, it's a small gap to the upside, right? From here to here, you can see it. This would be an evening star, right? We have not seen it and we have not talked about it. We talked about the morning star the other day. And that is a bearish reversal pattern, evening star trading. Let me see if I can find something here that I can show you guys. It'll be something like this. This might have some more data on it, right? Evening star candlestick, right? You have a movement to the upside. We did have that movement to the upside. We are developing this, right? And it's here, right? Evening star, it could be green or red. It doesn't matter, dude. It doesn't have to be green or red. This is optional, right? And then you would gap down the next day on a red candle, and then you would see this tank, and then here you would have a morning star, right? It's not necessarily that you get a morning star. We did get a morning star with something else. I just wanted to show you guys so you can recognize this, right? When you're trading, you see this happening, right? You have a great, nice green bar. You're in an uptrend. Like this is an evening star right here, right? You gap down. Look, it's on the same chart, bro. That's pretty cool. We have that example twice. Morning star, evening star, right? And we did have this open the other day. I didn't close it, and it's right here, right? You have that same movement, right? See, 2-day candle or candle, whatever. second day, right? Can be bullish or bearish, doesn't matter. Same thing would be over here, right? Can be bullish or bearish. What matters is the candle that follows that, right? The candle that precedes and the candle that follows. The candle on an evening star, right? The candle that precedes has to be green, right? Because it's a move to the upside. On a uptrend, you get that evening star. Reversal, price action to the downside. Here was the opposite, right? We're coming down. We hit a hard down movement. We had this develop, right? And then guess what? Boom. This candle has to be at least more than 50% of the previous candle for it to be considered valid. This, I'm not sure if it was 50% or not. However, you know, it did bring that up, price action to the upside. This one obviously is more than 50%, and you get that price action to the downside. It would actually say it here, right? This one doesn't actually say, right? But the third day candle has to be deeper, right? You have to get it below that 50% of this candle for it to be a valid morning star. And you can look this stuff up, right? It's free, it's online. We can talk about it. You know, I was just remembering where we saw it, and right now when I looked over, I just noticed it. But these are very good patterns to find like trend shifts, right? So as soon as you see this happening, you would expect this to go down. So that's a shift in trend. And maybe it might be congruent with the Heck and a She candles, right? You had this red candle, and then you had that upwards movement, right? You have this this green candle, and then trend shift, sorry. So again, yeah, just keep it in mind for when you trade, right? This is good stuff. We haven't talked about candlestick patterns very much. We should probably. I'll try to make it a point to talk more about them, right? But still, keep that. Really, it's good stuff. Anyways, Ripple, are we doing something? Well, we're going higher, right? Like I said, nothing here, nothing on the bottom part. So again, stuff that we could potentially develop, right? So from here to here, we're actually going higher. From not yet, but you know, potentially develop. Like I said, if it comes and touches this, we could create some bullish divergence to see price action to the upside. If it goes any lower than that, we can probably make hidden bullish divergence that could potentially see price action continuation, right? Which would mean we're probably going to turn and then run to the upside. So just keep that in mind as you do your trades. I'll just leave that as it is so you guys can keep track of it. I'll probably put this somewhere on here so you guys can keep watching it, right? That's it. There's nothing else developing on Ripple. I wish I had more like stuff, right? But the only thing I could show you was this, which is good because it's educational. And if you guys didn't know about these patterns, now you know about them. And if you identify them, you can see those shifts in trend. Yeah. Again, look, here you kind of had it, right? Downward movement, the next one coming up, and then boom, burst to the upside, right? They're bullish, right? Bullish pattern, bearish pattern. Identify them, they can be your friends. Anyways, let's move on to Litecoin. I don't have news for Litecoin, so I'm just gonna, you know, Litecoin is really starting to annoy me because there's no news for it, man. I wish Litecoin had more news. Did we drop people? Like, are you guys still here? Chat's very quiet, man. I haven't seen TV Addict or Free TV Addict or anyone else chatting right now. Only Benny in the last couple of minutes, right? Anyways, let's go Litecoin on the daily. What is going on with Litecoin? Gaining a little bit of dominance yesterday, 0.24%. Right now, gaining dominance as well, 0.35. Sitting at 1.7 off market cap. That's it. That's fine. Nothing else to do there, right? Anyways, what else is going on? Well, with the price of Ripple, with Litecoin, we're sitting at $56.57. Having a green day, but look at this, man. Stuff that we were talking about, right? Indecision, man. Right now, we're struggling to break above this, and it's probably because it's waiting for Bitcoin to do something, right? Starting to decrease that negative momentum. Sitting at 35.22 on the RSI, which is sold but not oversold. Really trying to determine what else is happening. Now, let's go into 4 hours. Why did we pump, right? Lower, higher low, higher low. So you're going with the market, right? Here we had that that bearish divergence, right, that we talked about, price action to the downside. It was kind of short-lived. We said it was weak. And we talked about this being very, very boring, right? We're just moving like range bound. We're not doing anything. We're not developing anything. The only thing that we are developing right now that I can see, and this is very clear, it's this, right? That would be this on the 4 hour, right? You'll be going to a higher high with more or less the same levels of momentum, and here on the RSI, on the relative strength, you're actually going higher. So again, just the only thing that we'll be seeing would be this, that could be potentially weak bearish divergence developing. Price action to the downside, we are kind of seeing it right now play out. I'm not sure how strong it's going to be. This is looking very weak. It's looking very neutral, man. I wouldn't want to have my money here. I think I got rid of the Bollinger Bands by accident. I want to put them back on because I really want to see what's going on. I'm not sure if I removed on Ripple by accident, but sorry, dude. I need to do this real quick. Just adjust this, and there we go. Sitting above that 20 MA, which is good. On Ripple, I did not say that. I think I removed the Bollinger Bands before Ripple, right? I just want to look at Ripple real quick again. Sorry that I bounced out of this. We're sitting over that 20 MA as well. Anyways, we have this on the 4 hours developing, right? This is actually slightly lower, and this higher. That would be bearish divergence, right? This is really lower than this. Again, price action to the downside. That would be strong bearish divergence. Again, we should see movement to the downside. We touch that 20 MA. Bouncing off it, and volatility it's there. It's light, but it's there. It's very little. Now let's go into the 1 hour, right? We are staying below at 20 MA, right? We're starting to curve. Maybe we did something here on momentum. Maybe no. This is higher. This is lower. Yeah, you from here to here, right? From here to here going high. From here to here going low. You are making hidden bullish divergence, price continuation. So again, this being a smaller uptrend, we're potentially seeing that go up, right? I want to look at this Hegnishi candles real quick. Yeah, it seems like we might get a trend shift. We're getting a green candle right now, but still undecided, right? It's not doing anything. So again, are we doing something here? Yes. No, actually, it's going higher. Slightly higher, but it's going higher. So again, that's it for this. That's it for Litecoin. I'm not gonna, until it actually is ready to do something significant, I think I'm just gonna go very light on it. If you guys want me to do it more in detail, I can. Ripple sitting below 20 MA as well. But Litecoin is just whatever, man. It's not really doing anything. That's how it feels, and it's a feeling that it's just not the best. It's boring for Litecoin, so that's why. Anyways, let's go on to Binance. Man, I do have a couple. I think I have 4 articles for Binance, man. Now, this article I'm gonna show says Bitcoin developer to become Binance billboard in exchange for SegWit support. This is interesting. A guy named Udi Wertheimer, he said, okay, hear me out, Changpeng Binance, right? If you add full SegWit support, SegWit deposits and withdrawals for Bitch32, plus generating new deposit addresses to avoid address reuse, I will change my profile picture to @Binance logo for the rest of 2019. Yeah, that sounds interesting, right? Depending on how much of an influencer he is, it could potentially bring a lot more people to Binance. However, Changpeng and him ping-pong the ball, right? They agreed to it. And then now, before the end of 2019, it has to be done. And this guy went on to say, okay, sir, I will have the best Binance logo avatar you've ever seen. Guaranteed. I will put it up as soon as SegWit and new address generation is enabled. Now, my question is, really, how much more of 2019 do we have? We are at the last quarter. I'm not sure how quickly they can get this done. What happens if they get it done on, December 25th? He's just going to wear that Binance logo for the last 5 days. That is interesting, and for sure, right? Anyways, let's move on to the next article. Binance introduces XRP to Binance Chain and Binance Dex, and it's a little bit with this one, right? Binance to add new XRP trading pairs and wrapped XRP tokens to its chain. Now, Ripple XRP has been pegged to several cryptos in Binance Dex independently of Ripple mainnet. I'm not sure how they're working that out because it's not on Ripple's mainnet. So again, it's interesting. I would like to get more information of this. If any of you guys know how this works and you want to shoot me an article, I will definitely read it, because I was trying to figure it out before the stream started. And I get the news like a couple hours right before the stream starts. I start like compiling everything and putting everything together. So I didn't have a lot of chance to go and research this. Now, anyways, Binance Dex added the XRP to BF2 asset as a first-of-a-kind pair for Ripple's tokens, which doesn't have a tradable pair within the crypto space, with only 10 million of the new assets in circulation out of the 1 billion with a B, that second time around, which were minted. The asset provides significant value for traders who wish to trade some from XRP without having to get onto Ripple's mainnet, right? So again, they're doing it off the mainnet. I want to know how that works. It also gives hedging capabilities to traders willing to balance their positions on other open positions where XRP may be involved. The creation of these new assets solves many problems which XRP currently faces, as the cryptocurrency encounters compatibility problems with blockchain-based tokens, as XRP runs on RippleNet using the Ripple protocol consensus algorithm, making the creation of cross-platform solutions to be more difficult than usual. Right? Again, if any of you guys want or have information, do please share. Now, Binance announced today a partnership with regulation technology company CoinFirm, CoinFirm, right? Just like CoinFirm, which Binance claims will help it comply with new anti-money laundering regulations set forth by the Financial Action Task Force, FATF or FATF, however you want to call it, it's fine. The regulators in question, per the FATF website, involves countries mitigating the risks when it comes to virtual currencies. This means monitoring crypto exchanges and firms associated with digital exchanges, for example, service and license providers, and implementing the appropriate sanctions should these enterprises fail to comply. Now, earlier this year, the FATF issued guidance regarding the travel rule, a new agreement among its 37 member nations that place strict new compliance measures on virtual assets service providers, including cryptocurrency exchanges like Binance. The rule requires crypto exchanges to collect data regarding their customers' transactions and share that information with each other when client moves funds between companies. Right? We talked about that one. It has to be about above $1,000 or above €1,000, and then just if they believe it's like something. No, they actually do have to do it. They do have to send that information of who's sending and who's receiving it, so that the other counterparty can also, match that data, make sure it's not something to do with money laundering, and then should they encounter something that is suspicious, then they have to notify the authorities. Now, according to the statement from Binance, CoinFirm's blockchain agnostic platform will provide the exchange with alerts and investigation system that will allow it to examine any transaction that appears suspicious. Binance CCO Samuel Lim stated, with new and more expansive AML and regulatory standards being put in place across the globe, and governmental bodies such as the FATF placing new rules on the market in order to ensure sustainable growth, we are looking forward to our collaboration. Now, that's it for the articles. Let's go and look at Binance. I do have another article that I said I'm going to touch after Binance. And I think it's just a little bit. It's a weird article, man. I'm on the fence whether or not I should do that article. Anyways, let's go look at Binance on the daily for dominance. Yesterday, very slight gaining dominance, 0.20 right now, slightly going up, 0.14%. Again, sitting at 1.16 of market cap. Where the price of Binance at $15.61. Again, just like Litecoin, right? Moving sideways, man. Very boring. Facing some resistance around that midline of the channel. Apparently, we're still below it. And it's just not the best for Binance, right? Anyways, not doing anything that we can do except making positive momentum with that one, with downwards movement, not being the strongest case either. Sitting at oversold still on 28.68. It just looks like a flat line on the RSI. So let's look at the 4-hour. On the 4-hour, right? We broke above that midline. Now we're struggling, staying above it, right? We're fighting for it. We're getting some rejection of lower prices. That's good. Again, this positive momentum that we're getting is very weak, man. I'm just checking to see if we're congruent, right? We are congruent. This high being negative, higher high making positive momentum. Again, no divergence there. On the bottom side, nothing I can see quickly. except for the one I think we talked about yesterday, right? If you go from here to here, going higher. If you go from 0 to whatever this is, you're going lower. You are diverging on the bottom part. You're making hidden bullish divergence. Sorry. So again, that's about it. Also, you would not have it on the RSI. That's doing nothing, man. Again, hard to do this one because it's just undecided, right? It's sitting at 49, which puts it neutral on the RSI. Let's look at the 1 hour and see if we can get something better. On the 1 hour, right, we can see that we are kind of shifting, going above that 20 MA, which is good. Still making negative momentum. Trying to see this real quick. We're going higher, definitely. So again, nothing on the RSI that I can look at. And over here, are we doing something? Yes, we had that divergence that we talked about, right, yesterday. We said price action to the upside, right? I remember talking about this one because this candle had developed. No, we're in this candle. We said if we drop to the, like, same thing we did with Bitcoin, I think we said, right? If we drop, it'll do the same thing that Bitcoin, right? Drop, make a candle, create divergence, pump to the upside. That's the only case that we could see going up, right? Other than that, it would be continuation of the market and just going down. Anyways, we got that pump to the upside. This is low, this is higher. Again, that would be congruent with the market. Nothing that I can see here that would indicate price action to the downside on this scale. And here, the only thing that I could see is that we made some, if we ignore that small bump here, or this small bump here again, is that we will be making hidden bearish divergence, price continuation. We're in a downtrend. So again, price to downside. That's the only thing I can see right now. From here to here, you're actually going lower. From here to here, you're going higher. So again, higher low, less negative momentum. That's it. Nothing else to do with Binance, right? Looking at the Hack and a She candle, see if we're shifting. No, we're still on that downtrend. No green candle that it would indicate a shift. Anyways, I'm gonna do that other article. Are you guys here? Can you guys hear me? If you're here, type 1. If you're not here, type 2. Anyways, guys, if you are here, do let me know. I wanna see who's here. I'll do the next article if you guys are here. Otherwise, I'll probably just do. I'm not sure, man. I might just call it a stream if no one's here. I know there's 6 people watching. You know, do let me know what's going on. Yep. Anyways, yeah. How many? What are we doing, man? Do we have people here? Is everyone alive? Is anyone alive? I'm trying to check this out real quick while you guys respond to us and tell us whether or not you're here. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's it. Guys, again, I know it's Saturday night. I know a lot of you guys probably want to. Oh, Soka, you're here. Cool. I was about to sign off. Yeah, we'll do something else, right? We'll look at XLM, I guess. So look at Stellar and see what's going on. Stellar, man. Am I into hacking the sheet candles? Yes, I am. Let's go to regular candles. Again, indecision going on in the market. We're seeing that across on daily. Making less negative momentum, sitting at 44.9 on the RSI, which is on that neutral zone. On the 4 hours, right? Sitting above that 20 MA, struggling with it, kind of broke below it on this candle. We're trying to fight to get above it, but we're unable. Making less positive momentum. It was very short-lived, right? This is not necessarily good. You would be making hidden bearish divergence, right? Price continuation, again, that's probably why you're dropping to the downside. And you would also have it on the RSI, right? So again, that's the only thing I can see on the 4 hours. Why did we pump to the upside? Well, it's, same thing, right? We no, actually we didn't. I was saying we went lower, but no, we are going with the market. Then we're following whatever everyone else is doing. So again, that's it for the top part. Now let's go on to look at the bottom part of this. So let's look at the 1 hour. All right, on the 1 hour, sitting below at 20 MA, making more negative momentum than this. So again, here we are making a hidden bullish divergence, right? With lines diverging from each other on the bottom part. It's clear as day on the RSI. On the MACD. On the RSI, it's not. We're making a higher, yeah, relative strength, right, for where we're at. So again, on the RSI, we're going with the market. Here we have that hidden bullish divergence. I'm not sure if we are actually shifting trend here. We might. Yes, we're getting 2 green candles, but struggling to make them higher, right? So again, that's it. Like I said, I like these candles when the market's like quiet, because it just makes it much easier to see, right? To like determine what's going on. Because if we look at the macro, we can't tell the trend, right? It's just nothingness. So if we do put the hack in the sheet candles, we are in a downtrend, but it's very slight, right? I mean, we might make 1 or 2 green candles again, and not really going anywhere. Regular candles again. So how's it going, bro? Anything happening on your end? I think we might have lost Benny and David, and who else was here? Free TV Addict or whatever? Who else was here? I'm trying to figure it out. John, I think we lost John and Free TV, Anyways, yeah, that's it. Anyways, guys, I believe we lost almost everyone. So, thank you for watching, guys. I know it's Saturday night. Friday night. Man, why do I keep thinking it's Saturday today? Anyways, Friday night. I hope you're having a blast. I hope you're having a great time. Go out, have fun, enjoy your evening, enjoy your beginning of the weekend. Again, if you like what we do, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, show this video to someone else. Retweet our tweets, whatever. Help us get the voice out there so that we can get more people joining us, and that'll make it a lot more fun for everyone, I assure you, because that means more discussions in chat. Anyways, guys, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. I am gonna go get some rest. Have a great day. Have a great night.